I think you're a cult leader.
Yeah.
I think you're a cult
You think
leader.
I would pass like all of them?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I've seen who you keep in your basement. Mr.
I don't
Cole.
have a basement. I live in Texas.
Well, you have found
You
a way.
specifically have a basement.
But anyways, welcome to the Neon Apes podcast. I don't know what we're doing here, but we're doing something.
We're
Matthew's
doing a
cult
podcast.
leader.
Holden, is your
Holden has
memory
given
gone
up.
away? Are you okay?
Before
like,
we started
seriously,
recording,
losing short-term memory like that is kind of worrying.
I don't know, dude.
I think
Matthew
Holden's just like
drugged
one of those liberal types that doesn't like to put labels on things.
Man, fucking lives.
Yeah, but I like putting the label of cultist on you.
Am I a cultist or a cult leader? 'Cause
Both.
One of those is like a
Dude,
pathetic
you're one of
person.
those people that just try to like join as
Are you
many
saying I'm
cults
part of
as
like
you
some
can.
kind of cult
You
pyramid
collect
scheme?
cults like Pokemon.
So, am I joining a lot of cults or am I leading a lot of cults?
You
'Cause
lead
there's a big
one cult.
difference.
That's the people in your basement. And then you've just joined multiple cults to try to
so,
steal
I'm part of a
them
cult
into
Say,
your cult.
like, you were really determined to lead a cult.
I'm
How
part
many
of-
cults do you think you could lead, like, at a time?
So is this like a cult or
Two.
MLM?
I mean, you tell
get
us.
to define, like, cult, I guess.
But that'd be a good idea. If you have a cult, you should just join other people's cults to try to recruit.
Trickle down cult leaders.
Trickle down cult economics. But as of right now, as of recording this video, we're recording it on Super Bowl Sunday. I think the Super Bowl is going on right now.
Oh, no.
None of
I
us
gotta
care.
go.
Yeah, we're all like, you know, we aren't super into sports. But I thought it would be a fun maybe idea or topic to just talk about like sports, right? And our experiences.
Did you guys
with
do any
sports.
sports?
I did.
Have
I
y'all,
did.
like, done a sport for, like, a extended period of time?
Yeah, I think for me the biggest thing was I played like baseball, and then when I got to the point where it was kid pitch, I was probably like, I don't know what age kid pitch is, but because before it was like coach pitch, so the coaches would, you know, throw the balls at you. But then when we got to kids pitch, Matthew, you need to get your head out of the gutter.
No,
What?
no, that's not a gutter thing. I'm imagining like to discipline you during game. If you're doing bad during practice, they throw the baseballs at you as a punishment.
Well, yeah, that too. Oh
my God.
But we would. So I'm like here. I'm like a 10-year-old, and then we're facing a team, and it's like they have like a 14-year-old that's like twice our size, like purposely. Well, I don't know purposely, but they were hitting kids, and like I mean, you know, people were getting hurt, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with baseball. And then I came back for one season later and didn't really like it. But I was a baseball kid. It was pretty fun. I don't know. Did you guys play any?
I was kind of saying I played. I don't even know the guy's name. The guy that put the ball. I had the ball and put it through my legs. I was that guy.
Wait, what? In baseball?
In football,
Oh,
like the 10 hut. I was that guy.
You were that guy?
And we won like most of those games in that league. I forgot.
was it because
Matthew,
No.
you're just lying.
I'm not.
Wait,
No,
when are you
no, I
talking
was
about?
talking
When are you talking about
I was
this?
part of like the Broncos, like the kid league. It was fucking. It was flag one.
Oh, okay.
Flag football, and I was the guy that did. Why is that so hard to believe?
Yeah, why were you that was like you were like accusing him of like
Sorry, I've grown to distrust Matthew
oh
over
yeah,
the years.
same. Yeah.
This is like when Daniel thought I didn't have a peanut allergy, but we'll think about that later.
But you oh yeah, no. Your peanut allergy we could talk about for 5 hours.
I could talk about that endlessly. Like
Because-
the only reason we're not going to is, you know, it gets stale.
I had a similar event where it was starting to become tackle football, and it just dipped because I didn't want to get tackled.
Yeah. See, at least that was probably because for me it's just like getting, you know, hit by a baseball. That probably is overall less harmful than football, where like, you know, you're gonna literally have like concussions and like, you know, dude, do you think
Or
that's
hockey
why they
where-
all beat their wives?
What?
Like the professional football players.
You have this
That
thing where
was
you
a
just start
jerk.
conversations with the most direct sentence, and I do that sometimes, but I do it as a meme. But I think like sometimes you don't.
I mean,
realize
I
what
was
you're-
like 80%, yeah, memeing. Like, I mean, I'm
Okay,
genuinely wanting to
okay.
talk about this.
but okay, I was just going to make sure
yeah.
because like, I'm like,
I know what I'm doing. I'll just say that because there is definitely a problem in, I think, kind of like just all professional. Actually, just
I think that's just
famous
a common
people
thing
in
in very
general.
like physical professions that require a lot of stress.
Yeah,
I
because
think
they
there's a
just
strong
are really
correlation.
terrible people and decide to Like I don't know. I feel like every time that like comes out, isn't it like say like a football player like comes out and there's like domestic and like I didn't mean to like it is not a light subject, but like do you think those people actually get like permanently blacklisted from the league? Because I feel like from what I've seen, they just get like suspended for a little bit and then like everyone forgets about it because a new person beat their wife or girlfriend.
I mean, they might get away with it more than you think. I don't think any of us have done enough research on this.
Oh yeah, no, we are very uninformed. But
yeah, I don't do the sports. We've been over this whole, and we talked about this like 5 minutes ago.
The problem I have is mental problems where like.
Oh yeah, with football in particular, right?
Like concussions, and I remember I was listening to an NPR thing about this. Is whatever like I forget what's called the condition they get from like just multiple minor concussions over like a 20-year career. Is you can't even diagnose that they have it unless you can autopsy the body when they're dead.
Oh,
so like you don't know if someone has it while they're alive. They can't diagnose it.
There was a really good like movie about concussions in like the NFL, and it had who's that
Will Smith.
Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith was like in it or whatever, but it was like just very factual. I think it was based on a true story of like some. Because I remember specifically what you're talking about, like they were like discovering in the autopsies of these football players, all these football players were either like, committing, suicide or were just dying because, like I can't even imagine like what you have to go through. I mean, because, like your brain is not supposed to be getting smashed up for 20 years straight, like.
I remember they interviewed a guy that was like played football in high school like in the 80s. And he said he got such a bad like tackle that when he went to a huddle, he went to the opposite team's huddle.
Oh my! I see videos and clips of like kids like when they're first doing like I mean because there are some kids like they do like tackle football like at the really age of like really young, and like you just watch these kids like necks like snap back like I don't know, like I know football, like people enjoy football, but like it's definitely like it's the same thing as like boxing, right? Or like UFC, like wrestling's
well, I mean,
the fake
it's like
one.
Definitely a contact sport. Yeah, wrestling. Well, I mean, it's a very physical performance.
Oh yeah,
but like it's a performance.
They're probably not getting like actually harmed, right? Like in wrestling, like I'm sure there is like a little bit.
They a lot of time get fucked up.
Yeah, like they're jumping onto like tables and shit.
But aren't those tables like prop tables and stuff like that?
They are, but you're still falling from like 6 feet.
Yeah,
onto something, and even if you try to take that right,
there's still stuntmen that do like the stunts thing. You know who doesn't do that? Johnny Knoxville from Jackass. He has several times like stuntmen approach him, and they'll be like, "Dude, this is how you do a roll." Or you'll still break your leg. And she's like, don't teach me because it won't be nearly as funny when I do the fall. Like he goes on his way not to be taught how to be a stuntman because he wants the fall to be bad.
Yeah,
and he broken his ankle several times because he doesn't know how to do the roll.
Oh man, I feel like that's one of the few things that like everyone knows, right? I mean, I don't know, maybe not. Okay, well, not everyone.
I don't think everyone knows. Everyone knows the basic idea that you should roll, but I don't know if everyone knows how to roll.
I mean, you just like roll, right? Like
I mean, yeah, but do you think you could do it?
Well, me,
height? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I think I could attempt it. Now, whether I could do it
successfully, that's I mean, same for me.
But is he even attempting it?
No, he
Johnny
doesn't.
Knoxville.
Well, like, I don't think he listens to. I'm just saying he doesn't listen to people.
Yeah.
At one time, he was doing one of the way he broke his dick is he was like doing he was doing some stunt, and who was that famous guy that would do stunts on a bike? He had a name.
I was literally thinking about him earlier. I don't know.
But okay, he had that bike, and the guy that knows how to do the bike was like, okay, whatever you do in the air, don't let go of it because it's gonna go in front of you and then it's gonna land on you. And then there was like, the one thing I did, I let go of it and land on my dick. The handle of it broke off on his like.
Oh man, I thought that guy died?
Johnny Knoxville? No, the main two did. One of them did.
Do you think he has in his drug system?
Oh yeah, he probably does have.
He's probably on so much shit to live like that.
Yeah, but
which I mean, shit.
No, the worst thing he's done is it was on a movie production. It wasn't even on like an actual like Jackass thing, and it was like he got in a thing where he landed on his face and like it like basically turned like the lower like cranial like that part below your eye into dust, and so sometimes when he sneezed, the eyeball popped out.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my fucking
professional
god,
YouTuber.
dude. It's stressful just to fucking think about.
Yeah, I cannot imagine.
That's
Is
the
he
thing about
just like
Jackass.
that
That's
now?
why it's really hard to recreate that, because not only do they do that kind of shit, they like do it to an like they do it to where like I don't think you can pay them enough money to do like half the shit. They
Oh
do.
yeah, no, they are crazy. Because like yeah, that's beyond like at least with like football, right? Like you know you're gonna get injured, but like it's not a guarantee you're gonna be in. Well, it's probably almost a guarantee you're gonna be injured.
And
at
it's a
some
wrong
point.
thing to get injured. Like
I
you're
mean,
not
I
trying to
guarantee
do.
you Johnny Knoxville wants to be doing Jackass, even if he is destroying his body to do it.
Yeah, which I mean,
And it's weirdly wholesome. Like they have this interesting relationship, and it's entertaining. Mm-hmm. It's not like literally like they're going like cock and ball torture. Like they're trying to like go out of their way to injure themselves. They're just doing really, really, really dumb stunts.
I don't know. I've seen I think 2 Jackass movies. Like I've seen one of the older ones, and I saw Bad Grandpa, which I'm gonna consider like a Jackass movie. And I don't know, Matthew. Some of the things they definitely feel like they're intentionally trying to like hurt themselves.
Well,
Like
in a way, yeah. Like they're not doing anything for safety reasons unless it's like they really should.
Like I think one of them that I saw is they just literally stood behind the blade of a jet or like an airplane.
Oh, wow. I was doing backdraft. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen
so
that.
then the airplane does it and they just go flying backwards. Like, I mean, you could just like die, like you could die instantly. Like just land on your neck wrong or like your spine wrong
I mean,
or something.
he's still
right?
here.
I mean, or he died a long time ago.
Oh, and he's been replaced by a clone or something.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't care about the roles, because he's an animatronic, and the animatronic cannot perform a role. That's
That'll be one of the biggest things. Like it came out like once robots were a thing, one of those stupid Jackass like parodies became like turned out it was like a robot the whole time.
You're saying what if, or
In
you're
the
saying this
in the
happened?
far future.
Oh, no, I could. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I could see that.
I'd be a bit upset that robots that advanced were here the whole time, and like,
All we did was use them for Jackass.
yeah, I'd be kind of miffed, you know.
I can't wait until Logan and Paul in his 40s comes back to the boxing game to box the first boxing robot.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be when are we gonna have like so we have VTubers and like PNG tubers, and
What the fuck is a PNG tuber?
it's literally a VTuber that's it's not like a 3D model. It's just
It's
like
just
a 2D.
it's just an image.
Well, it's an animated image.
So does it go like?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, like, it's
Okay,
way
that's a
more
bit
advanced
better.
than that. Yeah, so it's still moving and animated, but it's not a 3D rigged.
Okay. I was gonna be very upset. I thought someone just put like a fucking PNG of an anime like avatar, and then
And then
I mean, I guess that's no bet. Like there's still streamers that don't have webcam. So
Yeah.
I guess is one thing. But
no,
like,
I mean, well, yeah, but like, I honestly would say if someone did just put a still image, that would be worse than just having nothing, because like, what is that providing? Like,
that's you. Well, I guess that's the same thing as those like
Say
furry,
you- just
furry
have your
avatars.
profile picture.
The furry fucking the salty penguin. It's me, and you have that avatar of like an angry penguin, and he's like reviewing why the Star Wars trilogy is bad and like 7.
But is it
videos.
animated, or does he just have a still image?
It's semi-animated where like he has several stills.
I think that's fine.
You think we're like they're
But, like, if you're
you have
playing a
him,
video
he's
game
like-
for
he's
an
like
hour.
this, he's like looking at the thumbnail of the game. Have you seen the one where
In the thumbnail?
there's like a YouTuber? I haven't seen his content. He's probably all right, but his YouTuber avatar is just Lego Star Wars 2 model of Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Oh,
where he has like the semi-long hair. That's his, and he's like has a coffee, but that's a copyrighted. I mean, I guess you could do that, but
oh yeah, and profile. But yeah, there's a lot of content creators that like.
it's just a specific
Just do
thing
that.
too. It wasn't just Obi-Wan or like a Lego character. It was Lego Star Wars Episode 2 Obi-Wan. And I guess I'm more mad at myself for recognizing that which one it was.
Well, I mean, but you're not the one. Yeah, like if you're gonna be a content creator, you should. I honestly think like there's one content creator that I've collabed with before named Sift, and his profile picture is, I don't know if you've ever seen that really cute picture of like Wisp, like from Dota 2. Like it's like a hand drawn, like really cute picture of Wisp. But he just has that as his profile picture and in his channel art. And like I was like telling him, I was like, yo, you know, you should like you know, like I paid someone literally $5 to make my current profile picture like several years ago, and he's like, well, I tried looking up like online the you know, the who owned the rights to the image, and I couldn't find them, so I'm just gonna use it. And I'm like, guy's at like 35,000 subscribers right now. Like, it's not like
I mean, you know, he'll deal with it when it comes up.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like, it probably won't ever honestly come up. I mean, but like, I don't know. I just like wouldn't want to just take
with that
someone else's
SCP thing that happened recently, like you described.
I
Last
did.
week.
I did look into it after the fact, and it was a older man. But I've seen. I don't know if you guys have seen previously. We talked about how the Peanut SCP or whatever SCP is getting changed. But I've seen some of the ones that people are trying to get it changed to, and some of them are pretty spooky, honestly. Which I think the point of the old SCP Peanut was like it didn't inherently look spooky, right? Like it was.
Yeah, it was more like what it. I don't know.
Represented and how it acted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't
I'm
like a
curious what the
horror
new models
movie
is, 'cause
creature.
that was literally the
or
first
traditional
SCP
one.
Yeah.
I knew about, and that's like a lot of people because that game. I think PewDiePie played it.
Oh yeah. I remember going over to our friend Corey's house, and he was playing that or whatever. But yeah, man, SCP. See, when are they gonna make a? Okay, you know, so me and Matthew hate this game. Going back a little bit to sports, me and Matthew hate this game called Blood Bowl. And I know
I
know
fucking love
you
Blood
love
Bowl.
Blood Bowl. And for those of you guys that don't know, it's pretty much like a football game where if you want to do with your friends or with AI, you set up a football tournament league. So
I'm
it's
pretty
like
sure
a long-term
it's based
thing.
off Warhammer lore, because if I remember, a lot of the
Yeah, it's
factions
like
are very
Warhammer
similar.
Fantasy, but
I'm pretty
like,
sure it was like Dota, where like it was like a mod for it.
yeah.
I'm guessing because like
That makes
the
sense.
teams are
Fantasy
very
football.
similar to like Warhammer teams.
Yeah. So it's literally football, but you create teams doing the different factions, I guess, in Warhammer, and your characters can like cheat and like murder other people. And so say like I killed Matthew's like touched quarterback, like he wouldn't have his quarterback for the rest of the league because the guy's dead. And so it's like very RNG heavy, and me and Matthew hate it. I know you.
I love it. I love long term, like having to change your strategy as like your resources change and other people's resources change. It's really cool to me, even though y'all scrubs can't seem to handle
It's funny.
like risk management, I guess.
I guess the reason I hate it is because it's a very competitive game that relies on
RNG.
The thing is like I play D&D, which is it has the exact same philosophy of like, yeah, there's rolling, but it's about control, like flanking and controlling those rolls, and you can usually come out on top if you do it right. But I just don't like football. I'm be honest, I don't care for football, and two, I don't know.
No, like I think I do think you get. I mean, I know there are ways to mitigate the RNG, obviously, like every
Yeah.
RNG game. But I feel like the consequences of some of the RNG is so drastic, right? Like you could lose like 3 of your 12 football players and be like screwed for the rest of the
Okay, but that doesn't
league.
happen unless you're really bad at the game.
Probably. I probably only have like 2 hours before I quit, and I have added it to a Steam category in my Steam library called Never Again, and that is the only game in my. I think there's a new like spiritual successor to. How did I already forget
To
the
what?
name of that game? The
Blood
game
Bowl?
we're talking about, Blood Bowl. Yeah. There's a spiritual successor to Blood Bowl right now, which is interesting because Blood Bowl 2 came out. I guess it's just a different company, doing their take on it.
I mean, I heard that Blood Bowl 2 was kind of ruined by like GW doing kind of screwy monetization model from what I heard.
Like, do you know how they messed it up, or?
Not really.
I'm sure there's a lot of ways you could watch them be like, oh, you lost one of your people, 99 cents, and you could do a redo, or like something like that. I could totally.
Or it's like Shadow War, where you unlock them with loot boxes.
Oh my! I forgot that
Man.
Shadow of War did that.
There was a period of time where several AAA games were like pretty all right or even good games for their time, but they were just completely demolished by like one thing. Like for Shadow War, it was literally just because they had some shitty monetization options.
Yeah, the loot boxes.
For Injustice 2, it was just like they had the stupid customization system.
Yeah, was that loot boxes in there as well? or-
Probably, I don't know for sure.
Man, dude, I don't know how people ruin this stuff.
Fuck. I had one. Oh, Arkham Knight. It was just because like the fucking PC port was so bad.
Oh yeah, no, I think they had to like delist that game or something like that. Honestly,
Also, they lied in the story. I will never forget that. The developer said it wasn't going to be like the second Robin, like the villain. It wasn't going to be Jason, and then it just turned out to be Jason in the story. Like they just said they tried to dispel the biggest theory of who the villain
And
is
like
gonna
keep
be.
it like
By
a
just
secret.
lying.
Well,
It's
but
not
isn't that the
subtle at
equivalent
all.
of like spoiler alert? I actually haven't seen the movie, but I think I've gotten stuff spoiled for me. The new Spider-Man movie, right? I mean, the people, all the actors were constantly lying, saying, "I'm not in this movie. I'm not in this movie." Surprise, surprise, they were. They were just trying to keep the.
But that's not like, I don't know, integral to the plot. Like,
Is it not though?
hearing the plot laid out just incorrectly, and hearing that exact plot won't play out,
Okay.
and then that exact plot plays out.
Yeah, like it's a
is
plot
different.
point rather than just like a reveal of like who's in the movie. That's kind of supposed to be hidden in the first place. Like we know the villain is in it, and the biggest theory they could have just not acknowledged the theory, and it turned out to be it. It'll be kind of annoying, but whatever.
Yeah.
But they just went out of their way to say it wasn't this character, and it was.
Yeah.
I understand your frustration, Matthew.
But I do get what you mean. Like you're not gonna say it. You're not gonna be like, yeah, you got it right before the fucking game comes out.
Yeah, but I guess like if you're gonna like be saying, yeah, you probably want to like be really careful with your word. I'm just thinking of like No Man's Sky, where like I was watching a supercut of the guy promoting No Man's Sky before it came out.
Yeah, that guy
and
made
just
way too many promises.
all the like if he had just shut up, man. But like he just didn't know how to. Which I think now No Man's Sky is like considered like one of the best games like of all time.
Yeah,
which
because
like
they just kept updating it, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Like that's just a really good way to run business. You
oh
know?
yeah, I think that company now like is still having some of their companies still update No Man's Sky, and now they're actually like working on another game. But I don't know why that just made me think of Rocket League. Going a little bit back to the sports stuff or whatever. Like
Oh, Rocket League is fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. I don't like sports games normally, but I like Rocket League.
yeah, I played it for several maybe like 20, 30 hours, and then I kind of stopped playing. But that game is like. You could the skill ceiling in that game, like if you watch like pro like tournaments of that game, or like just like videos on YouTube of people doing stuff, I mean that is like crazy. Which fun fact about that game, I was watching I think it was a Game Maker's Toolkit video, which I'll show that channel all the time, but they were talking about how originally Rocket League, they just wanted to like apply like they're like, okay, what happens if you get like a boost, right? And they're in the coding, they just applied force to the back of the car, and it caused the cars to just like be flying in the air and stuff. And then they're like, oh, that's fun. Well, let's keep it in that way. But like it wasn't intended to like work that way. But I think we should make Rocket League IRL.
Yeah, I'm in full support of this.
I'm surprised like someone like Mr. Beast or like someone hasn't done. I'm probably
has someone
someone
done
has.
an IRL Squid Game thing yet? I feel like someone
Mr.
has
Beast
to have.
did. Mr. Beast did. Wait, was it PewDiePie or wait? One of the YouTube originals I think actually did a Rocket League IRL, or was it Game Theory? I don't. I'm.
The only
having,
thing
like,
is,
a
I think the reason why people don't talk about to me of the actual sports games there are like Madden, is because when you say like Battlefield or like Call of Duty shooters are like pretty bad when it comes to their like yearly releases of
my
like
gosh.
the same thing over and over. Holy shit, sports games! Not only is it very similar and there's not much difference besides players, which I guess is fine, they just sometimes regress and they take away things, which is kind of bullshit if you're paying sometimes the same amount, if not more, because now some games are $70.
Yeah, like all
They,
the
like-
EA Sports games.
I was watching. I got back into Angry Joe for like a night, and he was every year he still shits on like every new fucking Madden game. I don't know why he bothers anymore. But the new one, they don't have like I don't know if it's either the coach or the referee animated in the games, which they had in 2003, and they showed like them like advertising the fact that they now have a coach in their game in 2003. They just don't have it anymore because they said it would cost too much. But I'm like, they make like $1 billion. It's less. I guarantee it's less that they can't afford it, and more like they just don't want to use the extra like $10,000 to animate it.
Oh yeah, well yeah, and I think I remember hearing especially some of those like either the football or soccer games, they literally like use the same like it's literally like the same game, like right, like they literally like take the game and then like just make slight changes, remove some things, and I know all those EA
I mean, it's
Sports
football.
games.
It can't change that much.
I mean, like, I know sometimes like they have like good story modes, right? Like you can have really good like campaign, like mission, like there could be new stuff there, but now it's all just the loot box like cards, right? Like you're trying to like buy these $1,000 microtransactions to build your team. That same thing with Call of Duty. Like I would be more inclined to spend money in a video game if I knew there wasn't going to be a video game that replaces this video game in a year, right? Like why would you spend $1,000 getting some football player card in the game if you're gonna do that? You want to know what sports game is fire? Wii Sports.
Wii Sports was good.
Wii Sports
was really good.
Yeah, I remember
how fire the boxing was. I got very into boxing for a little bit.
Oh yeah, the Wii was like honestly like pretty fantastic.
Didn't that use your like Mii library as a tournament arc?
Oh yeah. I think all the Wii Sports games, like if you had any Miis made on your Wii, it would like pull from those to like who you fight or who would be on your team in baseball.
We literally had a side character in a Adam Sandler movie as one of our Mii's in our household. Do you remember the movie where Adam Sandler, every time he tells a nighttime story, it becomes real?
Yeah.
There's like a hamster with really big eyes. We made him.
What was Bubsy?
Why?
Was it
Bubsy? Yeah, some
Why?
weird name.
Bubsy?
And like he was one of the guys in Tournament Fighter. He had to fight him. And he was like, I just like to imagine. I literally making this up. I like to imagine he was like one of the top tier. He was like the equivalent of like Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Oh, that's. I know. I remember.
You hear like Ultra Instinct plays when he shows up.
Oh, it just has his own music. Freaking! I remember me and Anna. What's it called? We would just spend. You could make the most horrific looking Miis on the Nintendo Wii. Like
you can do some real like body horror shit.
Yeah, like move their eyes like down here, change their like skin color to like just green, or like we were making like aliens and Martians and stuff like that.
You made aliens and Martians? What's the difference?
All Martians are aliens from our point of view, but not all aliens.
Okay, what does this have to do? What does this have to do with creating them as Mii's, Holden?
I said we made aliens and Martians.
They did both, yeah.
So we made Martians, which are a form of alien, and then we made additional aliens that maybe aren't Martians.
Differentially, how you?
It's like a square and a rectangle. A rectangle is a square.
Are you saying
right
so?
Here. Matthew, what the fuck are you? What's going on here?
I don't know. I'm just wondering. No, I'm just honestly curious. How do you make it Martian compared to other aliens?
Oh no, yeah, I don't think I.
Are you saying the Martians are like rectangular heads while most aliens are more square heads?
No, we just put the words Martian on.
You tattooed that on their forehead?
Yeah,
that's kind of fucked up. That's like how they did to those guys.
That's like what the Junker had. What the Junker had in Suicide Squad. He had damage on his forehead because
I was thinking about something very different and from a historical perspective. But let's go with your answer because location.
I agree with that. Let's do you remember in the bowling? I would always do the thing where you could throw your ball into other people's lanes, and then also you could throw the bowling ball backwards, and like it would show all the Miis like jumping back, like freaking out.
Little psychopath torturing the Miis trapped inside your Wii.
Mm-hmm. You want to know what had better bowling than Wii Sport? I mean, Wii Sports was really good.
What?
But Super Monkey Ball Deluxe had a bunch of mini games, and one of them was bowling, but like you used obviously the monkeys in the ball, and you like had to choose like it was constantly changing left or right, and then the power, but all of the maps were like different. So one of them would be like it was almost like mini golf but for bowling. Like
did you own that like Mario Party clone, but it was like the Bible based mini games?
Bible-based minigames?
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I played that.
I played a shit ton of that. I only played one minigame the most. It was Jacob's Ladder because it was just a giant QuickTime event where you would climb a ladder by doing the 4 directional keys. And if you did it fast, and I was faster than the AI opposite, so I was like, I win this one. I didn't like any of the others.
I played a Winnie the Pooh Mario Party clone. I don't know if any of you guys had that on.
We should do a playthrough where we just play through every single like Mario Party clone.
That would
be a very long project. There's a lot of Mario Party clones.
Because we've already named 2 in like 5 seconds. I'm sure that there's what else is there?
There's a lot. There's probably one for every. I guarantee there's a fucking
Is there a
Polly
Sonic
Polly
one?
Pocket Mario Party clone.
A what?
Polly Polly
Polly
Pocket.
Polly Pocket.
There is? You know that for a fact?
I don't know that for a fact. I'm just making that guess.
I'm looking this up. I'm looking this
Alright.
up right now. Polly Pocket Mario game. Here we go.
Well,
Here
don't
we
say
go.
Mario game.
Polly Pocket Mario Party clone. Let's see here.
All right, what's it saying?
Quick click. No, that's a limousine. I don't.
List of party video games.
List of party video. Not Polly Pocket video games. This is just a Wikipedia list of party video games.
Maybe wrong on the fact that Polly
What is this list? There's only like 30 things on this list, and it's just what would be the I don't know. Town of Salem. Town of Salem and Jackbox Party Pack.
Overcooked
Among
2 is
Us,
on it.
What is that? I will never play Overcooked with you ever again.
Why?
I will never play Overcooked in general with anyone because of you.
We've had far worse experiences in games you still will play
Nope.
with me, like CS:GO and Dota. But for some reason, Overcooked is
No,
the offensive.
you have
You have traumatized me far more in MOBA games than I have ever done.
Oh yeah.
in one
So I
season of
understand if you
Overcooked.
don't ever want to play. a
You're an
mobile game.
emotional tank, though. Like, you can take it.
Yeah, you always say you're an emotional tank, right? A
Yeah.
defensive tank.
When have I ever said that, guys?
You have said that at least 100 times in your life.
Yeah.
100 times.
100 times.
100.
3 decimals.
Yeah. That's how the number. That's how you get the number 100.
3 digits is what it meant.
You
to say.
said that as like that was like the most unrealistic thing that I have ever said in my life.
That is more times than I could have said octopus in my life.
I think you've said you're a defensive take more than you said the word octopus. Would you agree with me?
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, I'd agree.
As an octopustorian major, I
You're not a.
You know-
Stop
no.
gaslighting everyone on the planet.
You're doing a business major, Matthew.
yeah, business and octonomics.
I'm ready to just walk off this podcast set again.
Do you realize how much money calamari brings in every day?
Is that what you're gonna study?
Octonomics, yeah.
Okay, so how much money does calamari bring every day?
6.
6 what?
6. I don't need to give him more information than that.
Yeah, you do.
You offered
really
up the
do.
information.
I did. What was this? Some kind of Ben Shapiro debate you're trying to do right now?
Okay, Matthew. Well, Daniel, how has your
what-
day been? Because you know,
You know, I've had
Oh,
a pretty
wow.
good
So you're
day.
just gonna
I
ignore me
went to the
since I just
Walmart
gave my
today and I
brave
got
rebuttal?
some food. I made a good sandwich and ate
Ooh,
that.
ooh.
I got some of this. I got this Sam-E. It's like it's some chemical, but like it helps my
Daniel's
brain.
character
I
in
got
D&D
fish oil.
cucked someone's wife
I-
while leaving him tripping acid in the woods.
I mean, yeah, that happened yesterday though, and Holden was asking me about today.
yeah,
That's
I
a
wasn't
good point.
asking about Dan's cucking experience.
He wasn't getting cucked. To be fair, he was the.
He was the cucky.
No, he wasn't even the cuck. No, the cucky is the guy that, like, his wife's getting fucked. Is it the John, or no? That's like in a prostitution scenario.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to think of what's the role of the guy that fucks the wife in a cucking.
I think that's
scenario.
called a bull.
Okay, well, so yeah, he was the bull in that scenario.
Okay, you want to tell this story of how
I mean,
in D&D?
well, yeah. So my monk felt bad for this guy. We went into this town, and the
He
water.
was sad his wife kept cheating on him with other guys in the village.
The village had like this condition where the water made you tell the truth, like no matter what, for 24 hours.
Okay.
And it was just like a throwaway line. This one guy was like, "Oh, I had an affair with the like stableman's wife or whatever." And so, long story short, we go to this guy and I try and cheer him up by giving him psychedelics and taking him into the woods to give him an 80s like montage where he runs through waterfalls and stuff. And then I rolled like a fucking 5 or something on that and failed. So I thought, why not lean into it? So, you know.
You fucked his wife.
He went.
Yeah.
He left him in the woods while he was still like tripping. Went and fucked his wife as well. And then while he was
The
still,
dice told me to. The dice
The dice
gave a
didn't
bad
tell you to do
trip.
that.
The
But,
dice gave a
it's fine,
bad trip. I
because
was
I'm a
just
hip-
leaning into it.
I'm a
Going with the
hypocrite
flow.
for giving you shit for this because let's get into this. So then after that happened, he was like shocked that all that happened because he saw you in the window smoking like a joint afterwards. And then Aaron's character came by, also fucked the wife. and took 80 gold from the household.
Yeah, he just
and
like
left.
robbed them.
And I was a good priestly man, and I asked my God, if he would be mad if I like did this, and he was like, yeah. So I was like, all right, I'll be the better man here, and I summoned an angel to go fuck the wife.
I don't know if that's much better. Also, that's not a very good wife. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, see, that's another point we also realize is we're showing this guy how unfaithful this woman is.
That's not that's not. You can't spin
Well,
it
why are
as
you
a
turning
good
on me on
thing.
this, Daniel? You were saying this last night. You were the first. You started this.
Listen, I just wanted to toss a hand grenade into that situation and walk away, and then everyone else also threw grenades in that situation.
You threw a lot more grenades.
Fuck.
I need someone to like look through all the past episodes of the podcast and just compile your like
What,
Yeah,
my-
you're
my
like
Tim
Donkey
out.
Kong. It's like the Donkey Kong sound.
yeah.
Or it's like that one sound
To
that
Tim
like
Allen?
actor make. Yeah, that.
I don't do that all the. I don't just distinctly
You
do that.
just recited the Tim Allen noise by memory.
because we were talking about it.
I think
You needed a reference
think-
point, and I gave it to you.
I think you've made that sound more than you've said the word octopus in your life.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe because I was a baby and I just was like "Ugh," all the time, but probably other besides
no,
that. No.
as an adult, even if you cut off the baby years.
The baby years.
What?
Yeah, if you didn't count the baby years, he would have gone.
Oh,
like,
I thought
more
you said
than
cut
100
off the
times.
baby's ears.
Why would I say that?
I don't know. That's why I was so taken aback.
I mean, knowing Daniel, that's something he'd say.
Shut the fuck up, Matthew. What the fuck is wrong
I
with
feel
you?
like this podcast just has progressively
Turn
we just
into you
get
guys
more and
just
more
ganging-
aggressive.
Ganging up on
Okay,
me.
but you deserve it 99.8% of the time.
98%.
No,
Do you think-
99.8.
So do you think we've had 100 instances where you guys turned on me? In 99 times of those situations, I deserved it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had 100 episodes.
No, but we've had this. We're getting close to our 50th episode,
Oh.
and there's probably been at least 2 times each episode.
Definitely.
Probably. Also, I was feeling your phone go off. Is your phone the vibration pattern still what I set it to?
No, it's just it only does it a couple times.
Oh, because I remember in middle school or high school, I was so salty that Matthew wasn't responding to my texts.
Yeah, he was very needy back then.
Yeah, I probably honestly, yeah, and I was like, okay, you know what, Matthew, I'm gonna set your, because you said that it was because you never realized it because you had it on vibrate, so you could set a custom vibration pattern. So I literally just took his phone and spammed tapped on the screen, and I think that was your.
It was for a while.
For at least a couple of
And
years.
I remember because you didn't know about how iPhones work is if you don't immediately open up the text, it does it again 2 minutes later to remind you. And so when we're playing games, I would have it and I would get a text. And this is around when my iPhone was shared with my mom's number, so I would get texts from her group messages. So every 2 minutes we go and then it would end. And after 2 minutes, and this would be group chats with all my mom's friends. And you get so mad at your own ringtone.
Though that is really weird why your phone was getting, because it wasn't your phone still worked as a phone for you. That is the wildest
No,
thing
there's
ever.
a setting in there. My family had that for a bit, and it's some setting that you can disable,
Huh.
but it shares your messages between phones.
Do you think your mom was getting your messages?
No, if I remember, accidentally, logged in as her account. I don't remember.
Oh, because I was gonna say I could see it being something that your mom maybe activated so she could see what you were up to.
No.
Yeah, make sure you weren't.
She still needs our help when we need running apps on our phone. I don't think.
We have to help my mom sometimes with her. The notifications, sometimes she just I think has it on vibrate or silent. Though her phone is a little weird, so I don't necessarily blame her 100%. But yeah. Also, I just remember the Super Bowl is going on. Should we see what the score is?
Yeah.
Okay. Super Bowl score here. It is It is 13 Rams to the 10 Bengals.
I was saying this earlier. I don't recognize these teams.
Bengals?
Rams and Bengals, which I don't know.
Never fucking
Sports
heard of
teams
them.
at all,
I don't
but
think it's
I've never heard
Bengals.
those.
I think whoever supports the team would be very pissed if I called them Bengals.
Bengals.
It's Bengals.
So we could replace the A in Rams with Rims. So we could do Rims versus Bengals.
Rims.
Bengals sounds like a Rick and Morty side character that would turn out to be like really evil, like that one mayor in that one episode, the Mayor Jellybean, King Jellybean.
Oh yeah.
Bengals.
I was thinking of
You do this all the time.
how do you
Daniel?
It's not a necessary element. It still has half of the
If
thing.
you were a
keeping
fantasy
tension.
character, you'd be a gremlin.
If you were a fantasy character, I don't know. I don't know what you'd be.
You'd be something. The Bengals made me think of, isn't there the Zelda character Tingle? The guy that has all the balloons, the weird freaking dude that has all the balloons.
The constantly manic man that like. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's what you would be.
I would be that guy. That's not even.
Yeah, you would be Tingle. I get actually very big Tingle.
I think it would be
energy
some
off
kind
you.
of like malicious fey creature. So I guess you're kind of right.
Yeah, no, you remind me of like Batmite.
Batmite?
Yeah,
Oh, the DC thing.
What is Batmite?
it's like this extra dimensional Batman fan that Batman has to fight because he's like a super fanboy of Batman. He's like a fey creature.
Is he a termite?
No,
I think so.
call him Mite.
He's like a mite. He's part mite.
So like a termite.
No,
What is a what?
a Mite's like a fey thing. Like a fantastical. I don't
Huh. That makes me think of the freaking back when we were talking about the top 10 goblin sightings, but there was like a top 10
sightings.
fairy sightings or whatever, or maybe it wasn't fairy. I don't know. Top 10 something sightings, but my recommended feed on YouTube has been poisoned by the videos that you guys show us.
So you're accusing us?
I'm accusing 80% on you. Yes.
This is just top 10.
80%. Nice.
Because now I have like goblin sighting videos in my recommended. I have now like the police dash cam and the cops or whatever from Red showing us these police clips on YouTube, the A&E show or whatever. But
What would you guys do if like you were walking and you saw like a piece of poop and there was like flies around it, but instead of flies, there were like the flying monkeys from you looked down and they were actually like the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz?
I'd collect them. I'd
You'd
put them in
collect
little
them?
mason jars and poke holes in the top for air.
Okay. What if like down the line you got like a call and it sounded like a elderly feminine voice like, "Hey, this is the witch, the wicked witch. I heard you have something of mine. Can you give me a call?"
Yeah.
I think all of
I'd
your
call them.
hypotheticals, Matthew, my answer now is just I'm going to assume that I was dreaming. Because your hypotheticals are always like, okay, if you're like walking down the road and like a hell portal opens up, like things that like you gotta have a little bit more realistic for me to like. I don't because you know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't say a hell portal opened up.
no, you said there's a piece of poop and there's like flying monkeys around the poop.
Yeah, that's what it's a regular normal situation besides one small thing that's weird.
That is not just a one small flying monkeys that are the size of this flying around a piece of poop on the sidewalk is not
It sounds
one,
like some Binding of Isaac dreams.
yeah, like that's like some like
Well, I'm
schizophrenia
sorry,
level.
you don't appreciate my creativity.
I appreciate your creativity. My answer to all of these hypotheticals, once they get past a certain point of suspending my disbelief, would be I'm assuming I'm dreaming.
Well, okay, when you realize you're probably dreaming, what do you do?
When I'm realizing that I'm dreaming,
But okay,
if I realize I'm dreaming, then I'll
poke
probably
yourself and realize that, well, okay, you're actually in real life. What do you do?
I probably just continue on with my life and pretend I don't see that.
Matthew, what if a fake creature approached you and offered you $20, but you got a curse where once per day a random person on the planet was like bloodlusted on you and tried to kill you?
How much? Wait, how much was it?
$20.
Oh, it's just a one-time thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's $20.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 7
$20.
billion people in the world. What's the chances there's going to be some guy next to me?
After enough time, probably pretty.
Well,
Also,
how long? You said
are
it's
they
like a daily.
bloodlusted for 24 hours until
Yeah.
the next person? So then, yeah, like that's
Okay,
enough.
but like they're still only as smart as like
oh, and they don't
were.
know where he is.
Yeah, so if it's just like some dude in the middle of like I don't know Nepal, they're not gonna like know where Matthew is. But if they saw Matthew, they would like throw themselves at him.
So like I guess
kill him.
the more realistic thing would be like imagine say someone like watched the episode or two ago when we made the podcast where you asked clearly for death threats. Someone sees that episode and is like, you know what? I'm gonna kill Matthew. And but they don't know where you live. So his address is.
I think it's just the probability game. It's like 365 days a year, and how many years I'm alive.
I mean, yeah, because you only have. Well, it's also a new person every day, so that makes me think of the.
I'd say there'd definitely be a handful of times where I would have a close call.
Yeah.
Where someone's just driving on the road and they see me.
See, I would say I would take that for like. Also, just the paranoia though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like even if like nothing happens your entire life, your quality of life, I think drops. Like,
I think I would want
no,
more
you
than 20
just like
bucks.
train like a Baki character and just
Or
get
that.
ready
What if they
for-
come with a gun?
No, they're
Well, if you're doing Baki logic, you can just outbuff the gun.
yeah, exactly.
You can
flex
just
and
flex
deflect
hard
the
enough
bullets.
to do it. But man, well, I know the let's see, it's still 13-10, the Rams and the Bengals.
Sports. Man,
So,
go Rams.
Go Sports. I know the one thing I've
I'm more of
learned.
an underdog, so I like the Bengals.
You like the
fuck
Bengals?
you, Matthew.
Well, how do you know the Bengals are the underdog? They're just losing right now.
Yeah, what if
That
they're
means they're the
like
underdog.
favored?
That's not necessarily what that means. I wonder like what the I guess I'd probably have to look at like the gambling chances like beforehand or something. But the Bengals, I'm just gonna say Bengals every time. They won the coin toss. Also, apparently this is the
Holden?
56th Super Bowl.
Holden, if you die, how much of the stock of your channel would you give me and your will?
How much stock of my
I think
channel?
The channel goes away when he's dead because he's the channel.
Oh, also, yeah. Like, are you like trying to become the next time to grind? Is that what you're saying?
There
Not
must
necessarily, I
always
just wanna know.
be
Are
a
you ready to
time
fill the boots,
grind.
or-
I want to know where I'm in the will personally.
Probably not in the YouTube. I don't know. I know you can't with Steam games. I know the thing is YouTube channels I think can exist beyond the person living. Steam accounts can't though. So you can't pass down.
You can't pass your
account.
Steam, but why not?
It's against the terms of service. I don't know.
It's not an inheritable like asset.
I think it's just because it's in the terms of service. I don't think it has anything to do with. I think they could if they wanted to, but I think like technically it states that like.
It just dies with the person.
Yeah, I guess so. I think they maybe just do that because that would be a very big hassle to like have proof of death and then transferring ownership of the account. So like if you just have like, you know, someone's like Steam account information,
I mean, I guess
and
they
then
could
they
just
die.
give you the password and you would have it, right? There would be no struggle there.
Well, but how do they verify that? How are they verifying?
They could just give you the email that Steam verification set up.
Like if they
But
really
how do you
wanted to.
verify that? So if you're Steam and someone says, "Hey, my dad died. This is his Steam account. Can I have
Why
his
is
Steam
this guy
account?"
telling Steam that his dad died? Just
We're
log
saying
in
this
as
is
your
already
dad.
instead of
No, yeah.
giving
If
him
you
the
have
rights.
if you have the account information, Steam's not going to know. You can just have the Steam
So we're
account.
just saying instead of like giving them the rights to it, you just give them the account in your will. Like
Yeah,
information.
I mean that would be the most
Yeah.
practical way to do that.
But I think theoretically that's still like if somehow Steam ever knew, they theoretically are in the right to cancel the thing, but I don't think they would. I think it's more just like if someone passed away with the Steam account, you can't go to Steam and say, "Hey, what's their account information? I want the account."
Right.
Which I guess probably just to save them hassles or whatever. But well, I think this is a good podcast episode. We're totally going to
That was three
end the
goods.
podcast
pretty
and
good.
you
That
know
is pretty
watch
good.
the Super Bowl. That's what we've all been really
yeah,
hyped to
I've
do.
just been really looking forward to it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I know there was one ad that was like a QR code just like bouncing on the screen. That was the only ad. That was the only thing I really care about is some of the
Just
ads.
the ads, yeah.
Because like even though it's capitalism, it's kind of slightly entertaining capitalism.
Well, they put a lot
So-
more effort in those.
Oh yeah, because I got to pay I think $1 million for
For
the-
exposure.
the ad spots. So, well, yeah. If you guys have played any sports or sports video games or anything like that, you know, I don't know, let us know in the comments down below.
Comment below. Let me know. Fuck, where did I get that from?
Why?
Yeah, what
Why?
what did you? Yeah, what?
I got that was like from. Is that from, I think that's from Franco.
You did like hard
I've
tuber
never heard that
voice. You did like very hard
Fuck.
tuber voice
Yeah,
there,
you'd be
Matthew.
a really good. You gotta.
No, that's for like that's like a top 10 Fortnite YouTubers who swore. That's a voice for that kind of thing.
You should do that along with you. By the way, I just want to let everyone know this man promised for years that he would make a Kids Bop channel.
For years, I've not
he
been.
has not.
This isn't like a fucking what's it called? Like the guy that always says he's good. George R. R. Martin, who always like is going to finish something that he never.
There was
does.
at least 3 years where you said you were going to make a Kids Bop channel.
No, it was not. It was like a week long.
No.
Yes, it was.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Literally, like 99% of like this myth was perpetrated. Were you frustrated that I never committed to it?
No.
I guarantee you.
Because you promised a Kids Bop channel, and I still don't have a Kids Bop
I never
channel.
promised it.
But you did though. You bet your soul.
That's
Man, that's
serious
pretty hefty,
accusation.
Matthew. You've gotta
You
respect
think
that.
if I don't commit to this, you know what that means? Like that ending of Princess of the Frog, where he gets dragged into into hell. You think it's gonna happen to me?
All you gotta do is make a Kids Bop channel, man. It's not very hard. But yeah, everyone let in the comments down below if you want to see Matthew with his Kids Bop channel.
Leave a like if you want to see Matthew dragged into the pits of hell by the vengeful spirits.
My premiere would just have to be me doing that song that plays in the villain song where he's like, "I got friends on the other side." I don't know.
Yeah,
the song.
do it.
Do it.
No.
So until Matthew's Kids Bop channel, I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.